Welcome back to another episode of WittyBantr. Your hosts Nabil and Daniel are here. Anika will be joining us for the next episode, probably, as Mona and Anika are returning from Pakistan tomorrow. So yeah, this will be the last day that we are roommates alone. What has your experience been? I feel like for the most part,
It's quiet.
it's quiet, and for the most part, like nothing really changed.
It's not very different.
Um,
Like, I don't think any, literally.
yeah.
Nothing.
Except I will say,
Less dinners.
well, for me, the food thing worked out. Like I'm on a night before I don't think I was on a proper eating schedule like I was in New Jersey. I'm picking up the New Jersey habits. It's really the living alone habits
You're right.
that are at least positive for me. So I picked up some of those. So that's good for me. But I will say there's small things that bother me, like rinsing out the sink when you have extra food in there. Some of the dry dishes after they're on the drying rack, putting them away. Which I suppose when we're living with our parents, they must do those things, right? Because I didn't notice them before. So yeah, and sometimes, oh man, dude, it like, I don't know why, but it drives me insane. Like I'll just think about it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like it's not a big deal. There's like oatmeal in the sink, but like, I don't know.
Well, that's weird because you're the only one who eats oatmeal.
I think, don't you eat like your breakfast cereal? That I'm talking about that.
Yeah, I guess I do have granola.
Like that'll go in there. Yeah, and then it's like, and then like when we have guests over, usually I'm the one who cleans up the dishes, and like that'll drive me insane. I'm like, all right, so I guess I'm just gonna be the one,
Well, I
So-
put Ajit's thing away yesterday. He had the glass or whatever.
Oh, you did put that away?
And then also he had some like chips and stuff.
Yeah,
in
chips.
the room.
I threw that away.
Okay.
But yeah, so the small things like that will drive me in like pretty crazy. But and then I was just thinking like maybe what if I think I've had this idea before, but like converting half of the garage into like a bedroom, basically making my box bigger, and then like somehow getting like an electric stove, and then like installing a toilet and a shower.
And getting rid of the
And just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I have to have things specific ways.
Like, well, I mean, the thing is, that's going to be very costly. So you have to save a lot of money.
Well, yeah. Well, once I get a job,
I think you're always going to end up disagreeing. Like, you even disagreed with Mom on some things as well. But like, for example, I disagree with you washing your own dishes and putting in the drying rack. I think that was less of a problem previously.
And why do you disagree with that?
Because you're wasting more water. Like, statistically, it's known that hand washing your dishes causes more or wastes more water, even if you're conscious about turning it off afterwards. So I disagree with that, but like I literally don't care. Like for me, it's like the amount of water you're wasting is probably like a couple cents.
Right. Well, I would challenge that. I don't think that it wastes more water. I would argue that a dishwasher running for 40 minutes, water blasting, wastes more than me,
I think it has to do with the fact
consciously-
that it's reusing the water. It's not the washing machine is not At least
I don't know about that. I don't think it reuses the water. I'm pretty sure it splashes it and then it drains like you would turn on the faucet water. I don't think it's recycling the dirty water. That doesn't make sense, but
well, I don't know. They did like an actual sign. I mean, you can just Google it. What wastes more water?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, but those kind of things like
Okay,
they
so
don't
that-
bother me. Like I'm not gonna say like, oh, change your lifestyle and start dishwashing because that's the way you do things.
But in that case, the bottom line is we're both using water to wash our dishes, and we're doing them in different ways. So, and maybe one's more efficient.
Yeah.
But like, I would equate that to kind of the turning off a light in the garage. Like, you could argue
The waste is probably similar.
yeah, but the only difference is there's no alternative. It's just you're needlessly keeping the light on and you don't need to use it.
Well, the alternative would be putting things in the dishwasher.
Well, no, here's two ways to wash dishes, and one's more efficient. In that scenario, it's the light is on, the light is off. There's no
right
like second way. There's just one way and then a very inefficient thing, which is leaving it on when you don't need to use it.
Or it would be like a motion censored light. That would be
that could help.
could be an alternative.
That would be a solution to the problem.
Right. But yeah, for me, it's like I equate the level of waste the same. I don't know. I don't really care because unless it's a really big thing, like you're like only washing one sock in the washing machine, and that's like gallons of water.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I
then
would
the other
be like, okay, well, the bill is going to be higher.
The difference for me is so you are washing your dishes and there's nothing I can do about it. When you leave the light on, it's like I'm now entering the garage, and now that's my problem. Now when I leave, it's like you can leave the light on, but nobody's in there and is going to use it. So now in my subconscious, it's like, well, now this is my problem, basically. So yeah. So
why is it is it for you? Is it mostly because you're not paying like the electric bill, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
What
I'm
is
not. But I still it doesn't feel good. Like if I left, if I walked into the garage, the light's already on, and then I left and leaving it on, I don't know. To me, it feels bad. It's like, yeah, I don't have to pay for it, but my parents do, so I still feel bad about that. And then just generally, it's like I like to be efficient when I can be, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why would we leave the light on? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, in those cases, like, I mean, I try to consciously remember, but like sometimes I don't remember. It's not like I'm intentionally like, I don't care about the environment or my parents' bill.
No, 100%. I don't think any of it you intentionally do.
So I don't know. For me, it's like the same thing with recycling. I think we should all make a conscious effort to recycle things.
100% guaranteed.
But I mean, I know there's going to be times where we just throw things in the garbage,
that's
right?
true.
But I'm not going to like, I don't know. For me, it's like, yes, it's a problem, but like, is it big enough of an issue for me to
be concerned about it?
Be concerned about it.
What if it happened on like a daily basis? Like for me, like today, there's urine on the floor and a toilet seat right now. And I know it wasn't me.
Okay.
Like mentally, what do I do? It's like, and that happens not that often, but maybe like in the past 2 months, it's probably happened 6 or 7 times where I just have to clean it up. And so now it's like, what do I don't want to clean up other people's urine, but what are you going to do? Like nobody's intentionally doing it. And you can't tell, I couldn't tell you, hey, Daniel, well, no, I know it's yours, but I can't tell you, hey, Daniel, go clean up your urine. And I can't tell you every time.
Well, it's the same thing with like toothpaste. There's sometimes I see toothpaste in the sink, but I know I didn't put it there.
Yeah. And there's sometimes that happens where I know I didn't put it there, but there are times I know I did put it there and I try to clean it up. And then there's things like we'd run out of toothpaste. Who's gonna buy it? And then I just end up.
I bought it, but literally I didn't realize it came from England.
Okay. Yeah.
And then so the problem is like okay, the internet I pay for. What am we gonna do? Like, oh, I'm paying more for the internet. You need to contribute. Like, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point you're like you're splitting dimes and like it's.
Well, is there no way to like be like, okay, these are things like we each manage, or that's like out of the question?
Yeah, you can.
Like if you're paying for the internet, I don't know, do something else. Okay, but so paying bills is one thing. But like, managing cleanliness around the house
right.
is, a different thing.
Well, I think I thought our, I guess, solution was like I guess even that we've kind of not done, because I've definitely had your retainer on my side. But again, like I literally don't care. But we had that whole rule where it's like, all right, I have the left half, you have the right half.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's like, you can put those rules in, but like,
no, I know.
I don't know.
They don't work.
So that's why I don't care. Like, I don't care about cleanliness or anything.
Yeah.
I'll like consciously see or try to fix it if I see it.
Right.
Well,
we have different standards.
I'm not going to,
because like I notice a lot more than I think you do.
Yeah.
And then
I would agree.
And then So,
or I also think there's a lot more that bothers you that month.
No, I agree. It's like taking out the garbage to the thing. Like for the last 2 months, I've been doing it every Tuesday.
Right.
And again, like I don't mind that much, but like when it starts to stack up. So when there's something else, then I start thinking like, well, why am I doing? Like I did this, like, and so and I'm not.
I think that's because I remember that was annoying for me as well. Like outside of college, because like I would pretty much do all the like trash and stuff, and I think that had more to do with me being at home
when you were living on your own. That annoyed you? Because for me, like that felt better to me. I'm like, I know what, like everything is like I have to manage, like it's all on me.
No, not living on my own. I'm saying like when I came back from college and I was living here and like
gotcha.
I was just at home.
Right.
Like even though it was annoying to me, I kind of just did it because I was at home, and like I guess I knew everyone else was at the office or whatever, and that was kind of the thing. So it's like I can now that I'm living here,
right,
I can do those kind of things. It's not like like a lot of those things I feel like it's easier to do if you're at home, and like, but you just I wouldn't want to do it. I don't think anyone wants to do those things. Right.
But I think the problem comes, it's like when one person's doing one of the things regularly, and nobody, and like because they do it, it doesn't even come up on other people's radars because it's like, oh, that's already taken care of. But then it's like, how do we live together in a way that everyone feels like they're cleaning up after themselves, kind of thing.
I think you'll make a bigger deal of it than it has to be. Because like, so for example, me and mom lived together, and we were both, she was going to work, I was going to the office, and we forgot about the trash and recycling.
Okay.
And then we're like, oh shoot, like, all right, we just need to remember to do this next week.
Right.
It sucks because it can smell and it can be a big burden on everyone else.
Right. But okay, so like, in that situation, who is taking out the trash most of the time?
I think we split it. We didn't. It
just so happened that you split it.
Yeah.
Like what triggered you guys to take out the trash?
Well, we had to, right? Because otherwise, it's going to be.
No, are you talking about the trash from the backyard to the street?
To the front? Yeah.
Right. So I know you had to, but like, how did you so happen to both equally do the same amount? Like, if you
it
didn't
was
even
like,
have a plan.
okay, it's tomorrow we have to do it, so you take out the recycling, I'll take out the trash, because there's 2 bins.
Okay, so you did have a system then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But
again, it wasn't like. It wasn't even though we did forget, it wasn't a big deal. Like we didn't create like a spreadsheet or anything like that. It was still like, okay, we just need to remember to do it.
Yeah. But you did have, but bottom line is you had a system. I take out the trash, you take out the recycling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So like, for example, we didn't have that system the past 2 months.
Right. But again, I think that has a lot to do with, since you're at home,
Yeah.
and then it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's like you're still working obviously and applying for jobs, and like you have to code and stuff.
Right.
But you're in a situation where it's easier to remember and do those things.
That's true.
Right.
But then what does that mean though? Like, does that mean I also have to do that work all the time? Just
You don't
I'm
have
at
to.
home?
No, you don't. I don't think you have to.
But
You
see,
could create a system where it's like, okay, afternoon. All right, Daniel, let's take out the trash. Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what we did when Munim was here.
Right.
So the problem is you literally would have to work around someone else's schedule if it doesn't bother you that much.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling the fact that it's there, and if it does get missed, that would bother you more than,
like, for example, like when like Ajit's dish, like I knew it was there, but like, so like when I think 2 times before we've had like Michael and Faisal over, we played Mario Party. They'd use like 5 glasses. I don't know why so many. And then like one time we had pizza. I had to get rid of that like ASAP as soon as they were gone. Otherwise it bothers me. And in this case, like I literally tested it out, because like I was like, let me just leave it, and I just want to see like if it even crossed your mind. But like it bothered me. Like I couldn't even focus sitting upstairs knowing that there's literally just 1 glass and a spoon in the sink.
And I think Munim has the same thing, because I remember there were times where like, it would be a glass or something of even yours.
Yeah.
And like you knew you were going to do it.
Yeah.
But it bothered him that much where it's like, please.
So it's like, how do you like solve that? Like,
I don't know. It's hard because
if it literally if something doesn't bother you and it bothers me, like I don't know how there's a
solution to it.
Yeah. And even if we said like you got to clean it up within
within 30 minutes of doing it.
Like ideally it would be like, why don't you just clean up right away? Like that way, because like if you leave something,
right,
there's a high chance you're just gonna leave it. Like you never noticed, but your NVIDIA box just sat on the sofa for 3 weeks straight, and I was literally testing to see like if you would either put it away or recycle it, and you didn't. And then
actually, because I was planning on retesting that thing. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like it's there and it's annoying.
Yeah, but also it's like if you don't
put it away,
handle
it
immediately, like
it's
you're just gonna forget. But yeah, the bottom line is like, we have different standards of how we feel.
Or like your laundry being on the floor.
Well, that's in my
I don't
room,
know why.
Right?
Yeah, that's in your room, but
if it's in your room, I don't care. What you do.
It's still an eyesore to some people. Again, I literally don't care, but for Mom, when she's looking at it, it's like, put your clothes away, because it's like it looks messy.
So the only thing I would say about that is that's not a shared space per se. That's your personal room, and most of the time my door's closed, so you can't really see it.
But it still bothers her. It still bothers her.
Maybe, but it
does. Like,
okay, fine, it bothers her, but I argue that that's just something you have to look past, because that's a personal space.
Right.
You should at least be able to have your own control over personal space. Shared space, kitchen, bathrooms, living room, that we all have to share.
Right.
So that is where I would argue that you should be aware of the mess that you make and then you clean it up.
Right.
But the bottom line is I don't know how to solve it. So the only solution I've thought of is literally take half of the garage and then just install. And honestly, it won't even be that expensive. It'll be if I think I could put $10,000 into doing that, which isn't that crazy if you have if you're working or whatever.
Right.
And then again, you're not using any more water. If I have a toilet and a shower in there, it's the same amount if I just use the upstairs one, right? It's just the only additional cost is the fixed price of installing it. And then I don't know, just then mentally I could.
But you could do that, because I think even our parents were thinking about putting in a separate bathroom. Remember, in your room? Yeah,
in my room.
Interesting. What was she saying? Oh, maybe it was a door or something. I don't know. They were planning on doing something to that effect, where it's like, okay.
I guess you could turn the closet
Yeah, that's what it
into
was.
a
Like
tiny ass bathroom.
Because there's space, I think, between the. So you could easily do that. You could have a bathroom there, and then like.
But I don't know if you could have. I don't know if there's enough space for like a shower and a toilet in that tiny ass thing. Maybe I just haven't looked at it recently. But yeah, I guess that's. But yeah, that's something I'd probably look into, like realistically, because yeah, I don't know how.
It costs a lot of money. That 10,000 is still a lot. I mean, you could do it.
Yeah, 10,000 is that's not that crazy for a renovation. For something you're gonna live in.
Yeah,
I mean, it's almost like think about buying a house kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I try and like mentally not think about some of the things that bother me, but it's just impossible. Like I've tried to like focus on other things, but if I don't do anything about it, then it's just gonna keep bothering me. And then when I do something about it, then that still bothers me. I'm like, Jesus, Nabil, like I don't know what to do. But
I think there's a lot of that stuff that bothers Mom, and I think for her, she's selfless, enough to where she'll just do it. If it's like
I don't have that. Yeah, I don't know how she does it, because basically what you're saying to yourself is, I guess I'm just gonna have to clean up after these people for the rest of my life as long as I live with them.
Right.
It's basically what you're saying when you do that stuff. But yeah, for me, it just feels like then I feel like I don't know, it just feels unfair, I guess. And then like I just recently, I already know it's gonna be a problem for me mentally now that I've thought about it. Is I notice, with what I'm eating and how I'm living right now, the only garbage I produce is like eggshells. So I literally put a new garbage can, like a little tiny one, that I can throw my eggshells in. And then that way I'm going to say, similar to how I say I don't put the dishes away because I don't put any dishes in the dishwasher, I'm going to say I'm not going to put the garbage out because I only produce eggshell as garbage.
Oh, okay.
But I already know.
Yeah, everything you're putting in is going to be gone.
Wait, what do you mean?
I have a feeling Mom's not going to like the signs. She's going to take those out.
No, the signs is fine. But
that garbage looks gross. She's going to, because it's an open trash can that might stink up the place.
Well, it's just eggshells. It wouldn't stink up the place.
Eggshells under the sun, though, I think will probably make it smell bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Which again, I don't care, but I have a feeling, very strong feeling, the signs are gone, that trash can's gone by the time they get back.
100% the signs will go. I already know because I tried this when I moved back from New Jersey, like kind of,
yeah,
and it didn't work. So yeah, the only option really.
Or even what I'm doing with the shoes.
What about the shoes?
Like in your place in New Jersey.
I mean, I had a rule where it's just like, please take off your shoes before you come in.
Okay. I don't know. There was something one was talking about that you were angry at him for doing, but I don't remember what it was.
It might have been the shoes.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to keep well, I guess you know that as well.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Yeah, so I'm realistically thinking of like either. Well, see, here's a positive. If I do go downstairs in the garage and I renovate it to make it a living space that's comfortable, Mom can use this room for her. She keeps saying she wants like a space, a quiet space to do her writing and thinking. She says she doesn't have that because she, lives with Munim essentially.
Right.
So if I was able to pull that off, and I would sell my Miata, honestly. Like
you don't use it.
I don't use it. It's just taking up space. I wouldn't want to take up half the garage, and then the other half with my Miata. I wouldn't feel good about that. So I'd probably sell that.
Wait, are you thinking of putting a bathroom and kitchen in the garage?
So here's what I could do: is I build it out before I put a bathroom and kitchen. I get just like an electric stove. It's literally like. It's not even that big. It's like a turntable.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have one.
Because literally that's all I use. I boil water. That's the only cooking I do. And I fry eggs.
Right.
So I would get one of those. If I like lived in there comfortably for like a year, then maybe I'd hire someone to install gas pipes to get like a gas thing. Or honestly, if it's not even that big of a deal, I just keep using the electric stove. And then maybe if it was been a year, I'll also have someone put water pipes so I can have a shower and a toilet. Yeah. And then mentally.
And you think that would be, or have you already calculated that would be 10,000?
No, I just threw that out there.
Oh, okay.
But like, I mean,
how much would
really the cost is like how I built my box. It'll be the 2x4s, the what do you call it? The foam stuff, insulation, and then like drywall, like the stuff to put on. I wouldn't put plywood that looks ugly. I try to make it look like literally another room in the house.
Right.
So that would be the main costs, and then a shower is literally some tiles and then like a head. That's not much, and then the doors probably cost something, and then a toilet. I don't know. Toilets cost $500, something like that, maybe even less. I don't know.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I'm thinking 10,000 should cover everything. Yeah. And yeah, it would have to be like insulated, because otherwise it would get too cold.
Yeah. Could you imagine showering in the uninsulated?
Yeah. No, yeah.
I think it would be easier if you just had the bathroom installed in your closet area, and then had the kitchen installed in the garage.
Kitchen installed in the garage?
Or like as in split the things. Don't have both of them in one location, because it's gonna like I don't know. I feel like it's easier to do that because all you have to do then, you like save more space. Like instead of having to create walls to create privacy in the garage, since it'll be an open kitchen, you could theoretically just insulate the garage and then have like section of
the only thing is I'm thinking is like, if I'm going through the effort of doing a renovation, why not basically turn either the upstairs or the downstairs into a full studio with the kitchen built in? Because then I could just have everything. There's the convenience factor of like being able to just wake up and like walk 2 steps and start cooking like I did in New Jersey, instead of like, walking all the way downstairs. And then also, if you have the kitchen separate.
I thought originally you were going to have it in the garage. Are you saying you're going to put the kitchen in your room?
No. Well, if I was going to put it in the garage, I'd have like my room in the garage too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying like mom could then have her own space upstairs.
Right.
I literally move out of it and go downstairs.
Yeah.
So basically my box, but version 2.0, that's
right.
more realistic.
Okay.
Yeah, and that way, yeah, it would be pretty cool for me, because I enjoyed the studio life of having everything in one spot.
Right.
Again, I don't mind living in a relatively tight space like how my room is now. Mm-hmm. So,
but that way there's no there's no co-living space for you. It's like
it's my own thing, and now and then I have it's all on me. Any mess I make,
right?
Any garbage I accumulate.
You know what else I was thinking? The spices you have on the cabinet. I don't think mom's gonna like that either.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like on the counter.
Yeah,
because I know, because she'll want them to be put back into the thing. And for me, it's like more of a convenience.
Yeah,
like I don't have to keep taking, because I do this every day.
Yeah,
and twice a day, and. Yeah, taking it in and out, but I know I understand that they're not gonna like that. So and I think I can't. It still bothers me. So like I think this is a decent solution. Like when I came back from New Jersey and I tried it, and then nobody was on board. I'm like, and then it just bothers me when like if someone tells me, "Oh, can you take out the trash?" and like if I know I put in a decent amount of trash, I'm like, whatever, yeah, Like that's a fair amount of that is mine. But if I know now, like now I know I'm only producing eggshell waste, it would bother me a little bit. And yeah, that might be selfish. Like I know that's not healthy for.
Right. Well, if you're not producing it, then there's no reason for you to do it.
Right. But then it's like hard for people to. It's like Monum or Mom or even you maybe. It's like then it's like, do you even believe me that that comes into play? Like, is this guy really serious? He only produces eggshells. Like that whole thing comes in, and it's like it's hard to even like argue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't say it because it's still like. The argument back is like, oh, well, we don't want to, live like this where it's like micro everything, which is fine. I get that.
Yeah, and I think most people, they get the fairness aspect, and I think that's the reason for a lot of conflicts in roommate situations.
Yeah.
But I also get the peace of mind of just like, okay, hey Daniel, can you take out the dishes? Fine. Like I don't
even like that. Like I don't even like
telling people what
to do. One, because that is still work for the person. Like I still have to think about it and then tell them.
Right.
Two, they could
no, you know what I like better is like, okay, let's like we're both using the dishwasher, let's both take it out. That way it's like even with the bathroom rule, having it like, okay, if you're doing your half, I'm doing my half, we'll know who's slacking on the whole cleanliness or fairness thing.
Again, there's gray waters when you're talking about the sink, for instance, the whole toothpaste
right
thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's always gonna happen.
I think the best solution though is literally if you have your own. It's not even that far. It's like you have your own bedroom. There's no problems with that. Again, you said something about clothes on the ground, but bottom line is it's your own room. It's literally just a kitchen and a bathroom. Like if everyone had their own of that, then the only thing of fairness would be like when you have guests over. That's about it, right? But on a daily basis, on a daily basis, you would be.
Well, that's where you spend most of your time. Think about it, like we never use this room or even this room except for podcasting.
So that's where you spend the least amount of time. Then.
Yeah. Or that's
Okay, so that's not even a big deal then.
Yeah.
At least, I agree. So that'll be interesting if I.
Or at that point, why wouldn't you just? I guess
get an apartment.
Yeah, would be.
Yeah, so I thought about that, but again, it's
because a studio would cost what?
Here, dude, it's expensive.
Actually, that's true.
I literally just Googled it, and also the other thing is like, I want that urby lifestyle. I want the nice new. I don't want a crappy ass studio, and those ones cost more. Here's like, dude, I was looking at like $3,000 minimum a month. For one bedroom. I couldn't even find studios.
You don't think you can make a lot as an engineer, like a Jeep? Saying like around 120. I think you could.
Yeah.
Like even the one bedroom he has. Oh, that's 2,000, I guess.
Yeah. Well, first of all, starting out right now, I don't think I'm going to make anywhere past 100K.
Right.
Realistically. Secondly, that's still a lot of money. I'd rather spend the $10,000 to make a little tiny ass thing right here than spend $10,000 is what? That's 3 months of the rent. Then fucking spend 5 to 10 years of renting. If I'm making, I'll be honest, if I'm making a nice amount of money, if I was making like 200K, I wouldn't mind renting out a studio 3K. I'd probably do it. If that was my life right now.
Right.
Because I honestly like the studio life. The only problem with studio life is sometimes you can hear like other people, but like if it's a good, solid building, then you're fine. Yeah. Try and go all the way upstairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not against. Now mentally, I get. Like I was always against renting, but now I get it.
Yeah, I agree.
I 100% get it. Especially because our family gets along relatively well, so I can totally get it for like other people who just
don't get along with it.
Yeah.
So not only that, I think people always use the argument like, oh, you're wasting money, but like sometimes if you buy a house, you can end up wasting money if it's like you're spending a lot on repairs, or even your quality of life could be worse if like you get a new job and it's farther away, but like now you have to sell your house, and like you have less flexibility in that sense.
But like, for example, I don't think it would make sense for me to rent right now, even if I do get a job and it pays like $100K, like
you wouldn't have enough.
It's such a huge difference in savings.
Right.
I'd rather save for 5 years and then, like, I don't know, buy my own apartment or put a down payment on one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or my own studio, and then
that I would agree putting a down payment is good, but I would say like it makes more sense to have it as an investment property, again, for that reason that like, I mean, if you think historically, we've all been shifting jobs pretty frequently. I think even if you were making 200, I mean, you could make the argument like, oh, what if I find something better somewhere else? Or
okay, like, even if I bought the apartment and I lived in it and then I moved, then I could just
rent that place out. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I tried to like, but beyond that, like, yeah, just it's a weakness that I cannot master. Like letting it go. Like it's like I'm not even as frustrated about whatever thing I'm complaining about.
Right.
I'm more frustrated with myself and like
it
having no power over the feeling and the thought about it. And I'm like, I don't know how one
Zen
is able to meditate it away. It's like really hard. And sometimes my only kind of solution.
Well, actually, what we could do, just fixing one of the problems, is I would be down to chip in for the light thing, because I have a feeling that's going to be an issue. Even with, I remember Munim would go into the garage and do stuff and leave it on. But like if we had like a motion thing, we could.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, I would be down to chip in for that too.
Because that's like what, like $40.
Yeah,
because I literally already have the smart light in there in the bulb, but like I never got the
unit. Or whatever.
There was the hub that was, I forget, 40. I don't know, but I literally have like they're all smart lights. All we really need is the hub and a motion detector.
Right.
But yeah, I think the underlying problem is like if you feel like there's things that you're doing more and like more people are making more mistakes than you, that would drive you insane.
Yeah. And I don't even want to, like, even if that was the case, like, I don't want to. I'd rather be like Mom and like you don't even go down that path.
Right.
I'd rather just be the guy who takes the trash out all the time. Like, why can't I just do that? That's not a big deal.
Right.
Whatever. I'll be the guy who takes out the trash all the time. And I think the best solution, again, this isn't the most fair, but I think it just works, is that if something bothers you, you just do it.
Right.
Like, even if that ends up you're doing most of the work, like so be it. Like, the bottom line is your house will be to the standard that you want it, and everybody will be happy.
Right.
And it's not even that much work. Like, okay, some pee is on the floor, boo-hoo, take a tissue paper and wipe it. That takes like 2 seconds.
Right.
Like, and even if I have to do that, often, like, again, it's such a small thing that it shouldn't. It's like the idea about like, okay, I have a $25 product. I bought something on Amazon for like $25 or $20, and it doesn't work. Do you want to spend 3 hours do you want to spend 3 hours going through the whole RMA process, or just throw it away and like either don't buy it again or try and buy another for $25? Like, I'm saying, me not spending 2 seconds to fix whatever bothers me is worse than leaving it alone and then just mentally being bothered. Letting it bother you for like a long period of time. You're wasting your time.
I agree.
I
also think don't do the whole test thing, because
what test thing?
Like what you were saying with the shield thing, because I'm not playing this game. Like there's no, like
no, it's not even that wasn't even like about a game.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you would notice it. It's not like it's not a thing like, oh, I know he knows that I know. I'm not playing that game.
Right.
I'm just literally seeing like, would he notice?
Would he notice it?
And I know, and well, based on my tests,
I noticed it.
Oh, okay.
No, I noticed it. But for me, I was like, it doesn't bother me because I was like, okay, well, at some point, I'm going to test this again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. For me, it was like, there's a cardboard box sitting on the sofa, and it should be recycled.
Like, and then, for example, like the spices thing. Like, I noticed that.
Yeah. Does that bother you?
No. Like, I noticed. I was like, huh. Like, okay, I don't really care, but I know mom's not gonna like clutter, like.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's like, I don't know. I like try to consciously, I try to consciously, like if I see something, clean it up. Mm-hmm. Even like hairs on the thing, I'm not gonna say like, oh, this is my hair, definitely, or this is your hair. Like for me, I just like, all right, I'm just gonna wipe this and throw it in the trash.
No, that would be like impossible.
Yeah, right. Like, oh wait, let me do a DNA. Yeah. Let me do a DNA test and find out whose hairs these are.
Yeah, and you can't even like, you can't even go down the route of like, I mean, I didn't shave recently, so it's definitely him.
Exactly.
Like you could do that, but like it's like it doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
you have to really like focus on like, I would say like even 2 things max that bother you, and just like, okay, like these are the 2 things that mean the most to me, because I can tell you like if there is more than 2 things, I'll try to remember them, but like I think it's gotten to a point where for me, I'm like, dude, there's so many things that bother you, it's going to be too hard for me to keep track of all these things.
Yeah.
Like the light thing, I've been getting better at, and maybe the sign has helped. But I also think that's going to be less of a problem because I'm going to be, again, living at the home. A lot of these problems will be fixed. When you're living in an office job, it's like, oh, fuck, I don't really.
Yeah. I do agree. It is annoying that like when you have to turn it off and then walk in the dark to the door. Yeah. Like that. Like I agree that's probably annoying.
Yeah, that would probably be.
As opposed to like, leaving on and at least you can see when you exit.
And then tripping over someone's shoes.
Right.
Hell,
Right. But yeah, I think the 2 solutions really, the main one is like, just clean it up, man. If you see something, put your ego and pride away, and just if that's what you want, if that's how you want the house to be, then just do it. Yeah. And don't tell anybody about it because they don't care because it's a different standard. And the second option is, for mom and Munim, they always have to share a bathroom, I suppose. But for me and you, like if I was able to renovate the garage, then that could be one step in a different direction.
I would still say like. And
again, I think the other good thing is mom can have her own little office as she wants. Right. As of recent. And then your gym stuff, I mean, it'd be just moved against my wall, but it's still there. It would be where the Miata is now.
Wouldn't it just be where it is? And then...
Well, I would take half the whole garage. So that side, the right side, where all the...
Oh, okay.
Like, basically where my box is, I would extend.
Oh, okay.
All the way down. Okay. But I would just, I don't know, put all that stuff where the Miata is now. Right, and I sell the Miata. So but that's a more long-term thing. But yeah, I guess And it's weird. I never, I don't know if I never paid attention or I developed these in New Jersey, these weird micro things, but well, that's the person I am today. So,
well, I think everyone has that kind of thing. Like if I'm staying at someone else's house, there's definitely things that bother me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I want to live, like I like living on my own. I wouldn't want to live with another roommate in the same room type of deal.
Oh no, I 100% agree. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the either not caring or acting on if it does bother is like the main thing. And then you can always, like, obviously if someone's like very like unclean and stuff,
like you
can say like, hey, I don't know,
are not like, it's not like you drop spaghetti on the floor
and
then you just left it.
It's getting all moldy type of deal.
It's just small things.
Because I think Michael has had that situation with the roommates where it's
really?
like he like literally there's a saucepan and it's like getting all moldy and stuff.
Well, we kind of,
and like no one wants to clean it because like everyone for some reason thinks
that someone else's.
Yeah.
To that.
Or the clogged toilet, like someone took a shit and then like no one used that bathroom.
What the hell?
Yeah,
dude, that'd be insane. I don't even know what I would do. Like if somebody clogged the toilet, I mean, would I follow the advice I just gave? Is like, oh, I don't want to live with a clogged toilet, so I'm gonna unclog someone else's shitty ass toilet. Like that would be nuts.
I think it can get more extreme, but
is there a thing? Could I get a porta potty and put it in my room?
You could
just take out my
do
own
whatever
shit.
You want.
Well, I don't know how that would even work. Yeah, so one thing I noticed is like, okay, if we didn't have the cleaning ladies, our toilet, like how would that work? Because like in New Jersey, I never like brushed the toilets clean. Like,
the inside?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was clean. Like, if I had some drips of urine, I'd clean it up. If there was, like, skid marks, I'd clean it.
Yeah.
But there would still be, like, there was, like, a ring of, like, brownness.
You have to, like...
And you have
but
to,
even
like,
then, you have to, like, really scrub in there.
But, like, I never really did that.
Yeah.
Or, like...
people on Reddit agree with that. They're, like... A life-changing thing is having a cleaning person at least.
To clean your... And then, like, even the shower, like... Like I forget what happened. I don't know if it was like the shampoo I was using, but like there'd be some sort of orangey color forming like on some of the tiles, like on the ground. But I never really scrubbed my shower floor or anything, so it would just be kind of, it was like clean, but like there would be.
Actually, that did remind me of something else that we need to
mold.
Yeah, the mold.
Yeah.
It was small, way smaller. Like now,
actually,
I think it's.
I don't know. It's
gone to a point where,
like, before I left, that was never a problem when I went to New Jersey, and then when I came back, there's just mold. I don't know why.
Right.
I think
no. It was still there. It was still there, but it wasn't as big.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember it's been there for a while, but like it's literally been going and going.
So I think we discussed this before, and I think we disagreed. Like I said, leave the window open.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's because like hot air has to escape.
Yeah,
all the humid air has to leave the room.
So Michael had done research on this, which changed my mind.
Okay.
Because there's like, what was the thing?
The bottom line is, it's hot air,
right,
and outside is colder than it.
Right,
so
right.
that hot air will always go outside.
Right.
Hot air wants to go where it's cold.
Yeah. I forget what. I totally forget what the argument was.
Okay.
I mean, I'm down to leave it open, but I still think the main issue is that it's not. When they painted the walls, you have to use a certain coating to prevent moisture from sticking into the paint.
Sure.
Or else the moisture is the main problem. Even if you do open the window, there's still going to be
some moisture.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
But I don't know if we like are we supposed to like tear down? I guess or would you just paint over it? You know, like what's the?
Yeah, I'm sure we could Google it. I imagine you'd have to scrape it off.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to just paint over it.
Yeah.
Because then you just get bumps too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to like wear goggles and masks.
Yeah. I don't want asbestos or whatever.
Or not even asbestos. Yeah, you don't want the mold falling into your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, what were you saying? Oh, about the yellow.
Oh yeah. So I was like, if we didn't have
cleaning the
ladies,
tiles. Yeah,
that would be.
big
I don't know
thing.
how we'd solve that. I mean, I guess between us, we'd have to be like, I don't know. That one would maybe we'd have a system or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd just leave it and it'd be gross.
Oh, you know what? I there is something that does bother me is the towel situation. But I
100%
always
agree. I noticed you wash them maybe
them.
once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100%
Just gonna-
agree. I know I don't do it,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it also bothers me.
Yeah, it bothers you as well, right? You tried to having your own towel though. I don't know if you.
I
stopped
did,
doing that.
but then like they're all
That
white,
was-
and
oh.
like sometimes like
I thought you put it on the
I
door. That was your solution. Like,
I did, but then there was one point where like it just disappeared. I don't know if somebody used it or I couldn't even like one of them I couldn't even find.
Oh really?
I was like, where'd it go? So I'm like, all right, let me just use another one, and then like. Yeah, eventually, like, I couldn't, I felt somebody else was, like, using my towel because it kept moving around. And then I just was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't even know. I'm going to stop keeping track of the towel.
Yeah.
I do agree. It would be a good system to, I don't know, have different colored towels. And at least you know.
Which
you
towel?
just use your
yours?
towel all the time.
Yeah.
That's a system. But again, that could be solved.
But again, for me, like, it just... Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is one thing that bothers me, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm just gonna do this because like it's bothering me.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, but you're right. Like, you could create a system of like different colored towels and stuff like that, but I don't think it's as frequent as a issue to where we would need to create that. Like, I don't think it's worth spending the extra money for it.
Honestly, I really think it's worth it to spend like 10 G's and just
have your own.
Just think about it. Like, then you could really be free. Then if that stuff doesn't even bother you, like if we create systems, we have to do work. If we don't, if we just live separately, you can do it if you want, and you can leave it if you don't.
Yeah.
And nobody else is bothered except you. And you can never be mad at yourself about it.
Yeah.
So...
Well, you could.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like...
well, but then at least you can do something about it, Jerry.
Yeah.
You can't go to someone else and be like, hey, man, can you go do this?
Yeah.
I honestly think, like, even if it's $10,000 and that's a lot of money, like, I'm willing to put my own money into doing that. Then, cool. Also, because it bothers me mostly.
Yeah, I think for me at that point, I would want to just have my own place. You know, like I don't think it's.
I'm with it, but for $3,000 a month,
I would say
renovating.
Yeah, actually, that might be cheaper.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I feel like having it in the garage. Like, I would say, like I would do a halfway thing where it'd be like, all right, I would create my own like bathroom, like in my closet sort of deal.
In the garage.
No, like in my room. Like, I would have like a sink and a toilet in my closet area, and then maybe create some sort of space if there's empty wall somewhere.
Are you saying upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Oh, upstairs.
Like, I would do a halfway thing. I don't think I would go as full as...
What do you mean by halfway?
Like, I would be like, okay, the sink and the toilet thing is something I want to keep accountable for myself.
Sure.
So I would have that in my closet because it's smaller.
Okay.
And then I guess remove a lot of the closet stuff and have like the clothes somewhere, or create a room and have the closet somewhere else, basically.
So why is that halfway though? Because you don't have
because
a shower?
I'm still would use the shower, but like I wouldn't be using the kitchen, like the kitchen space. The shower would be my.
So now the only reason I'm with doing it the full way is because I literally use one pan. I don't need a whole kitchen. I need an outlet and a little this big of a countertop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can get away with
that. Could be I get away with that. That's not even that much space.
Yeah. And
then, maybe a little more. Honestly, I could use my desk space to do some. Do I even do cutting? I'm trying to think.
I guess I just don't want to go to the garage to.
Well, my whole life would be, again, mine wouldn't be up
yours
and down.
Would be,
mine would be down there. Yeah, I don't want to have to. If I'm going to put in the effort, I don't want to go up and down either.
Yeah.
And again, the other thing is, like, if I do that downstairs, I was also thinking we could. My first thought was, what if I just took up the whole garage, and then like move some of your equipment upstairs? But then I thought about it. I'm like, first of all, there's a lot of stuff still in the garage. Two, it's like, where would you put your motorcycle?
I'm remove. Well, see, that's one of the things I want to remove. Like not the Grom, the other one. Or were you talking about both of them, or?
What do you mean? You don't have to. Oh,
I have two
no, no. Well,
motorcycles.
okay, I didn't think about that. But I was talking about your Grom.
Oh,
Because
okay.
my first thought was, what if I just took up the whole garage and converted it into a room? But then I thought, like, well, where are you gonna put your Grom?
I need the box at least, and
yeah.
the,
Well, and also
and the workout. Yeah, there's
right,
a lot
right.
of shit in there.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you could use that space.
Oh, okay.
Mom could be half of it, but then I thought about it. I'm like, well, honestly, like I don't even need that much space. Like
Yeah.
I'm fine with half the garage. That'll be, and it's actually a little longer than my bedroom, I think.
Right.
Like that'll be fine. I'll still be able to solve the problems I'm trying to solve, which is
Right.
own cooking place, own bathroom. So, and then that way, yeah, half the garage is still usable by everyone else, and Mom can have her studio space or whatever she wants, quiet space. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah. So that's why I think I can do the full size one, just because like it's not even that. Like the hardest part would be the toilet and the shower, just because you need to get a plumber to like add new pipes.
But it's not even that bad because all that
bathroom's
stuff
right
is in there.
Yeah,
Or-
the bathroom's right there.
Right.
There's already
right.
pipes there.
Right. Well, I was thinking more of like the heater and stuff. Also, yeah, why wouldn't you do? Oh, I guess it's still a cohabiting in spot.
What?
I was like, why wouldn't you use at that point? Why wouldn't you use that sink and bathroom toilet?
Yeah,
But I think
I thought about that,
but it's still it's a guest.
Yeah,
thing.
and I would be fine, but then again, I still like the shower thing would still be a thing. Like that is a solution. I could just use that.
It's actually it's kind of cool that we have like 3 bathrooms.
Is it?
Well, I mean, most people have like one bathroom shared between like 3 or 4 people.
I guess.
Having
in what?
Most of people with apartments and like they
Yeah.
don't have like the crazy amount of.
That's true. Well, yeah, if you get like a crummy place, but if you get like if you got a 2-bedroom,
I think that's how majority of
yeah,
Americans probably
yeah,
live.
probably. Yeah, no, that would
Suck.
yeah, having your own bathroom.
Could you imagine that?
No. That's yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah,
you could do
again,
that.
I think it's not even impossible. It costs some money.
Yeah.
Maybe tack another $5,000 for hiring like a plumber and stuff like that. I don't know how much it costs, but even if I spent $15,000,
I would think if you include like living space, I would say total would probably be 20, but I don't know.
what do you mean living space?
Like if you had like the bathroom, I guess it's just a sink, and then like insulation and like plumbing and stuff like that. I don't know. My guess is 20, but
Okay.
who knows? Because isn't that how much it costs to renovate for us? Or that wasn't even building. That was just renovations.
Well, yeah, and a lot of that was probably labor, but that was a lot though. If $20,000 for like a whole kitchen.
No, just the bathroom. I think.
Oh, was it? I don't know. Well, I would be willing to do most of the work.
Okay, yeah. Then
Again,
it would
the
be
only
cheaper.
thing I'm hiring out is like I need someone else to get me the pipe.
Right.
I don't know how to do that. And then maybe hire an electrician to properly wire. Just get the box is right there, the breaker box. All you need to do is add another terminal and have it come to the side of the garage. So you'd be hiring those 2 guys for one small job each. I would do the rest.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. That would be like, what, 1 or 2 years down the line?
Yeah, something like that. I could probably do it over the course. I could probably accomplish it over the course of 1 year, while having a job. Like work, come home, do a little more. Maybe a lot of it would be on the weekend if I'm cutting a lot of wood or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about legality?
Actually, of like living.
Like not living in there, but like erecting another room. I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Unless
I
for
guess
neighbors, if the garage door is open. But why would it be open at that point?
Yeah, and even if it is, like I have a box already in the that hasn't. I don't know why that would bother anyone. I mean, it looks like a shed inside a garage.
Yeah.
We're allowed to have sheds wherever we want.
Plumbing.
The only thing I was thinking, properly doing the electricity and the plumbing, but I'd hire someone for that.
Right.
And then the only other thing is like the load bearingness, like
earthquake.
Yeah, erecting a proper structure. Is it attached to the house? Kind of deal. I guess I'll have to research that. But yeah, the first step would be get a job, which I've been pretty good about the applications. At the rate I'm going, I'll be doing 100 a month, which is okay, I guess. I started adding like business analyst positions too, like basically what I was doing before. But some of them are like hybrid software / technical, so I feel like I fit in there. So I started putting those in just because like I'm getting the vibe that I don't have
much experience.
Yeah, for a lot of these jobs that I'm applying for, which I mean I don't know. I've tried my best to get as much experience as I can.
Yeah. I think, well, I don't know if you can search for specifically contract, or have you already been doing that?
I've reached out to about 4 staffing agencies.
Or not staffing agencies, but like, have you looked up like literally contract engineering jobs?
No, I have not specifically looked at it, but I have still applied to some of them. Like if they come up and it says contract, I apply to them.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, some of the
because those are the only ones I could think of that would be they're like more willing to.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a feeling that I'm gonna land in on some analyst hybrid job, and that's probably where I'll go. That's my bet, based on the current status. It's either that or like a full stack engineer.
Have you not applied to those or?
No, I am.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've gotten a bunch of no interview yet so far out of 65 applications over the last, how long has it been? Week and a half or something like that, 2 weeks maybe.
Okay.
So I don't know what that tells
over
us.
the past month or
I think I started 2 weeks ago applying.
Okay.
Maybe 3 weeks ago.
I think, well, they always say July is like the worst month, and December.
Okay.
For the reason.
I still want to at least get some interviews.
But you should,
for the engineer positions.
Oh, okay. Before you.
Yeah, like I started applying to the operator analyst ones. But I still want to at least I want to go in there and see like if I can hold weight in there. At least that'll validate as like, okay, yeah, I can't do this.
Would you be willing to like take a entry level position that pays very low? Like if it only paid 40, 60?
Probably.
Okay.
An engineering one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Do you type like entry level?
Yeah, I've tried that.
Oh, you tried that as well.
The only problem with that one is like
they're like very engineer, like is definition of engineer is very off or
no, it's like they just seem not that impressive. Like, what am I going to learn doing this? And then 2, it's like, dude, some of these staffing agencies, especially putting this on blast, Reviture or something, I don't know what company that is, they own the entry-level positions. On all the job sites, when you type entry-level, it's like 4 pages of their posting from the same staffing company, and it's just generic. There's no, because they can't tell you about the client, so it's like, entry-level software engineer.
Big company.
20, 40 times.
Yeah.
And what am I supposed to do? Click on every single one and apply to every single one of them? And then I also looked into them, and it looks like it's like you'd have to relocate. They pay you minimum wage, like $15 an hour. I'm like, dude,
I'm not
doing that. So when you ask, will you take a pay cut? Yeah, but I'm not going $15 an hour.
Well, would you be willing to do $15 an hour, but it's
a proper job? Or it's in what?
It's just in this, like, in the SF Bay area.
Oh, Yeah, it would have to. I would have to be like, yeah, I'm gonna learn a lot here.
Right.
Okay, if it's like some rinky-dinky, just if I get the
But you
vibe,
can use it for like. I feel like even if it's a rinky-dinky, you could still use it as leverage for another position, right?
yeah, I
If
suppose
you really want to.
I suppose I'm not against it, but if
Yeah.
it's like some sweatshop stuff, which is the vibe I'm getting from this specific staffing
Oh,
agency,
really?
where they pay you minimum wage, they make you relocate a bunch of different places,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
then I'm not into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'd rather just go back to operations at that point.
Dude, at that point, I
I
feel
still
like
want-
you're better. I would be more willing to do like an internship at somewhere that I want to work for free, and then I don't know,
Yeah.
work as
I
like
agree.
a
Barista.
REI or barista
Yeah.
type of deal. Would you be willing to do that? I think that would be like maybe your last.
I'm interning and
Like-
then I'm also working full time
Well,
as
to
a
like
barista.
as in you're doing some other job where it's like it kind of sucks, but then like the internship and value you're
But
getting
what I'm
from
saying
that
is,
a lot.
I'm working 9 to 5 at this internship, and then after 9 to 5, I'm working full
Yeah,
time
yeah.
as a barista. No, I don't think I could do
You
that.
would do that, okay?
That'd be insane. 9 to 5, and then what? 6 to 12 at midnight.
Or if you work part time, it could be like let's say
part-time?
6 to
Oh, 6 to like
8 or something.
8.
Literally just so that you could
or
get
4
your
hours, 6 to
food.
10.
Yeah,
Probably 4, half of 8, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be barista. It could be
If I
again,
scored,
like, it could be like literally you're working at I said REI, but like
yeah.
I don't know, computer store or something.
Honestly, no. I'm worth more than that. Pay me a goddamn salary.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the work for free thing. I don't care about this valuable experience. I know I'm smart and I will pick things up.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me a goddamn salary, okay?
Yeah.
This is no. I'm not doing that. Yeah, but yeah. So I guess we'll see. I have no responses yet, but yeah, that's that. Well, all right. 5:07.
Oh, nice. Actually, I did want to say something on that.
Yeah.
I don't think there wouldn't be anything wrong with doing that. I definitely agree with you that like companies should obviously fucking pay their employees because you're
Especially
doing
if
a
you're
job.
not giving me stocks. If you're not giving me
Or any- yeah,
assets, you're not giving me
yeah.
something else. Then what the hell is this? This is
But
like
I don't. I wouldn't. I feel like it wouldn't be a bad option for someone if, well, one, if you enjoy that, but like if you used it as leverage to get another position that pays way more,
Yeah.
and you have like the engineering background.
Yeah, I agree. But I also know my value.
Right.
Based on the work I've done, I am one of the performers, smart people of the group.
Right.
And I know that's going to be the case probably in the next thing.
Right.
So for that reason alone, it's like
Yeah.
you're getting a good deal, even if you pay me a low salary.
Right.
So
Yeah. I feel like there's, I guess maybe the San Francisco Bay
and
is
with rent being
saturated.
$3,000
Yeah,
a month,
right.
I'm
How
not
is that
sure
possible?
anybody's even. Yeah, Ajit always asks that. It's like, dude, how do people like in and out and live? I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I have no
man.
idea. Yeah.
If you don't live at home, yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I think they just have a crazy amount of roommates. I think that's a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. And then you gotta, and then full circle, then you gotta worry about all the things we talked about originally.
Yeah. Although I think theirs is more extreme.
Yeah.
Like,
Clogging up toilets.
yeah, it's just.
Oh, yeah, nightmare, dude.
Or having a party, or someone who like always invites friends over, and,
Yeah.
or a drug addict. Oof.
Oh man, that would just suck, man.
Yeah. That was a good, fruitful discussion.
Yeah, fruitful discussion. Okay, well, I guess hopefully we'll have another co-host next time. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time,
Signing out.
say hello.